Hello, Insta fam. You must be wondering where did I go Saturday, Sunday? It was a weekend off, and I thought why not keep it a weekday thing so you guys can relax on your weekends. We want to keep you entertained. So I'm waiting for a few more people to join in. Our usual people who always come to support us on Spunky Sessions with Shreda, me, your host. And I'll just say hi to everybody who's there online right now. Hi, Avi. Hi, Vedehi. Hi, Sid Scott. We'll wait for a couple of few seconds for people to join in because I really want you guys to come on in and join in large numbers and watch this session because it's really, really important for everybody to maintain a healthy mind. Along with just not maintaining only the body but also maintaining a healthy mind. So it's a very, very important session, and I want as many fans, followers, audience, and viewers to watch this session today. Okay, hi Raj, hi Makran, thank you for joining in. Okay, let me get her on because I just can't keep my excitement anymore. She's one of my closest friends, a very qualified psychologist. She's a life coach, she's a TEDx speaker, and she's also a relationship counselor. She is the perfect example of beauty with brains. We have with us today Namrata Jain, my very dear friend, and I'm gonna be putting her on just in about a second. She's coming on, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ta-da!
Hi.
Hello, I can't see your face.
Is it?
Yes, I mean, the thing is just loading till now. If you could go in a little bit of better network zone.
I am in full network as per what I see. Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. And I just called you beauty with brains. I'm sure a lot of people want to see the beauty too. Yes. See what I was saying?
Hello.
Beauty with brains. That's her. That's Namrata.
It's so
Hi, how are
nice.
you
It's so
doing?
nice. Very good. I hope you're fine too.
Yes, and how is your family doing in this pandemic, in this lockdown? Hope everybody's fine and safe.
Everyone is doing fine. Luckily, everyone's doing safe as well. So I'm glad we are all happy, home and safe. Though our area is a red zone, but still we are all doing fine.
Don't step out of your house. And I think you've been a responsible citizen up until now and continue to do that. I'm sure we all will be safe
Yes,
then.
we have people like you who are doing lives regularly, so you keep reminding us to be home and take care of ourselves.
How sweet. Thank you so much. Namita, tell me something. Firstly, I want to ask you, what is it that you have been doing all this while in the lockdown? Because what is it that, is there anything new that you've tried? Is there something that you've done which you've never done before? Or what is it that you've done in the lockdown?
So I think the whole lockdown has been a very busy time for me, especially because I think mental health has been on the rise. So I have had a lot of clients coming in for counseling regularly. I'm a person who likes to be one-on-one with people, but sadly, this is the time when you can't meet people one-on-one, but you have to be online. So that has been me going out of my comfort zone to really be online with people. I think it's a little tough. You know how I am. When I meet you, it's always in person that I want to meet you. I'm not really a phone person. But yeah, that
Right.
has been out of the place. But for personally, myself, I think I've enjoyed a lot of cooking. I've enjoyed a lot of exercise, which I am not a person who every day does a lot of exercise, but this time I've actually made sure I exercise regularly. So I've been doing these two things which are different. And of course, eating and sleeping is something which we all enjoy doing in this time.
I think we all have been doing that, just eating, sleeping, and chilling. But the
Yes.
problem is when it comes to sleep, and this I have noticed in a lot of people who've spoken to me, even myself, I've had a very disturbed sleep cycle. And when I say that
Right.
is I don't get sleep very early in the night. In the night, yeah, I sometimes sleep at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning even. So what is the reason that this has suddenly happened? And is there any way we can tackle this?
So, some of the, sleep disorders are something that is very commonly we see, when we get clients, we see sleep disorders as being one of the most common issues with people, and especially the present generation that we are. We love our Netflix and we love, chilling with people in the night. We are pretty much a party kind of generation, who likes to be up late in the night when the whole world is trying to go to bed. We are the people who want to
Yeah.
wake up and do things because there's so much silence outside, right? We really like it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, there's a lot of anxiety and stress that has increased, which is the
Hmm.
reason why people are, because see, throughout the day, we are doing something or the other, we are occupied. We don't have that much space to think of what really is happening in our lives. Night is the
Correct.
time when there is so much silence on the outside that you automatically go inwards.
Hmm.
And when you go inwards, you realize that, oh my God, I'm not doing enough yet.
Hmm.
There is somewhere this sense of dissatisfaction with yourself which makes you want to do something in the night, and that keeps you up and going. With maximum youth, I have seen that this is one of the issues which most of them face, is that they want to do their work in the night because that's the time they realize that, oh my God, I'm not using my time enough to do something worthwhile. Or
Correct.
there are a lot of people who are watching Netflix because throughout the day they're not
Hmm.
happy with what they're doing, or family is somewhere obstructing them from doing what they're doing, or they're busy with tutorials and they're busy with work at, or going at their workplace they're busy. That causes them to give them their me time in the night. So that specially gets them into a zone of
Hmm.
having sleep concerns to start with. And then,
Hmm.
of course, it develops into a habit. There are so
Correct.
many people who are dealing with issues like insomnia. For
Hmm.
example, insomnia is one thing where people find it very, very tough to even fall asleep. They
Yeah.
just cannot sleep. And sleep is one thing which is, of course, a lot of um, mental issues that come into the picture, but it also has a lot to do with your physical illnesses that you have. So any chronic illnesses that you go through, they
Hmm.
lead to a lot of stress and depression, which in turn will lead to a lot of sleep disorders. There are people who have sleepwalking issues, for example.
Hmm.
There are people who have snoring issues, for example. Now, these are
Yeah.
also to do a
Why
lot
does
with your.
snoring happen? I mean, like I have seen people who don't snore regularly, but there are days where they suddenly start snoring. So because I've been to a lot of sleepover parties, and
Right,
I've had a lot of friends, and I've noticed this in my sister or my husband, etc. So what is the
right.
reason sudden snoring, like out of the blue?
So one part is where if there's a lot of nasal congestion that people have, then there is a lot of snoring that is caused.
Hmm.
Either that's one of the reasons. The second reason is if they are very obese, then some of the days when their body is extremely tired, when the body is too tired, then it causes a lot of nasal congestion, which blocks this area,
So
which
is it
in turn
mostly
leads.
seen in obese people? You're saying it's
It's
major.
seen in obese people. It's also seen in people who get extremely tired and drained out, who have a very stressful and hectic life. So even
Okay.
if they are not extremely obese, but if they have a very stressful and hectic life, then
Okay.
also they could be people who snore. So that is, snoring is one of the issues that they go through. Then there are a lot of people who have this, restless leg syndrome. The leg
Okay.
keeps on moving. That's
Mm-hmm.
also because there's a lot of overthinking that's happening. When you
Hmm.
overthink a lot, then you have this tendency to keep moving your leg, that constant tick, 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 what
Correct,
people
correct.
keep
But
doing.
how
That's
do you
called the leg.
stop overthinking? How do you draw a line, and how do you overcome this particular thing that you're
So
talking
that's what brings us to mindfulness. What happens is that our mind has a tendency to always go in the past or the future. We are like a pendulum, always moving back and forth.
about?
But what's important for us is to be able to focus in the present. And
Correct.
that's where mindfulness comes in, which means that your mind has to be fully in this moment. It has to completely be only here and now, and that is of course a training. Like we all say meditation karo, meditation karo. अब वो word तो बहुत ज़्यादा use होता है, but it's not very easy to meditate. It is something that needs a lot of training. I would say even after years of being into the field, it still needs a lot of training, where meditation is something where you got to be just in the moment. You got to be aware of everything that's happening inside your physical body, inside your mental state, your emotions that you're going through. You got to be aware about everything that's happening. But we are all the time surrounded with so much fun around us. There's television, there's media, there's social media. I don't think any of us are really even living in the present right now. We are always thinking of अब मुझे next क्या करना है, but मैं कल वो party में गई थी और मुझे वो मजा आया. We are always rolling back and forth. So we need to actually practice a lot of mindfulness on a daily basis. And one of the most basic thing is to start with your focus on breathing. I think most of the people have never even consciously taken a deep breath on their own. It's just a mechanical process, which has been happening from childhood till date. But it is something that we need to start becoming aware of now.
Correct. That's absolutely a very nice takeaway for people who are stressful, who keep thinking about your past girlfriends or your future girlfriends. Think about your current one first. Is what you're supposed to do. Yeah, so that's a really, really nice thought. But coming back to a point that you said is because of a lot of stress, there is depression that is caused. And right now, currently, let me tell you, it's not just for people who have been sacked from their jobs, who have lost jobs, who have lost people around them because of the pandemic, or in general. A lot of businesses have also gone through a lot of losses. Like today, I just heard that Thai Airways has declared bankruptcy, such a huge airline. So I'm sure there are the small, medium enterprises who are having a very difficult time because there is no work whatsoever.
Right.
That economic pressure, that financial monetary pressure to कि अभी हम क्या करें, we don't know where to earn from because we're stuck at home, and even when we get out we don't know how to deal with this. So that depression, firstly, how do we identify that we're depressed, and secondly, how to overcome that depression according to you?
So, depression, first, let me tell you how does depression really get caused? Because I always believe that whenever you are going through any mental health concern, try and reach the root cause of that concern. Anyone can deal with the symptoms of it कि मुझे ये issue हो रहा है, पर वो in first place वो हुआ ही क्यों? What is the core reason of why it is really happening? So there are two things because of which it could happen. One is where it's genetic. So if you had people in your family who've been through depression or who've had some sort of depression or some part in their life when they've gone through depression, then you have a tendency to go through depression. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a more likeliness that you might have to go through depression sometime in your life. Again, there is a might there. The second thing is a lot to do with your lifestyle. So if your lifestyle is something which is very stressful, something where, so for example, under lifestyle issues, it could be if you're going through a breakup, or if you've lost somebody, or if you've lost your job, or say, like for example, for a lot of people, the pandemic is causing a lot of depression because they don't know now how to deal with it, right? What is happening is that our connection with our own self is somewhere lost. The main issue is that we are not connected to ourselves. And when we are kept in a space where we need to be with ourselves, we find it very, very tough. And that's from where depression starts. So there's a fine line between sadness and depression. We got to be very, very careful about that because people use the word depression very, very easily. It's like a normal word being used that I'm feeling depressed. But remember that your mind is taking in that statement, which is an affirmation that I am feeling depressed. That's an affirmation that you're giving to yourself, which even if it is not there, it will start happening. So first, be very sure that you're not giving your mind those messages even unknowingly. You got to be very careful that you label what emotion you're going through very, very, very carefully. Okay? And then, of course, how do you know that you're going through actual depression? For example, if you're having sudden mood outbursts.
Hmm.
Suddenly you're feeling very angry, irritated, you're just not being able to handle it. Say
Hmm.
you are completely isolating yourself from friends, you just don't feel like talking to anybody, you are just by yourself all day, don't
Hmm.
feel or be motivated to do anything that you really loved to do. You don't like to socialize with people at all. You're not getting sleep properly. You don't feel like eating or you're eating too much. Either
Yeah.
of the two extremes. So
Yeah.
these are some of the symptoms that we see in people with depression. We
Yeah.
always diagnose with depression is something you only call yourself a person who's going through depression when you're diagnosed by somebody who's actually a
Professionally.
professional. Do
Hmm.
not diagnose yourself as somebody
Self.
who's going through depression by yourself. Please remember that when it comes to diabetes or it comes to heart issues or it comes to blood pressure concerns, you always go to a doctor and then you get yourself diagnosed.
Correct.
Similarly, let's be more mindful to get ourselves diagnosed from a professional before we label ourselves as depressed.
Correct, correct, absolutely. I think that's a very, very good point. And when you said that whatever you think of, you're actually even creating it, or somewhere down the line in the process of happening, is very true. Like a very small incident I'll share with you. I don't know if it qualifies for the same thing what you told me right now. Like we were on our way to Shirdi just recently, a few months back, and on the way, my husband was driving and he just told me, wear your seatbelt. And in my mind, I didn't even say it out loud. In my mind, I was like, अरे क्या फर्क पड़ता है sort of a thing. We're going to like exchange seats and I'm going to be driving in like next 2 minutes or whatever. So मैं नहीं पहन रही हूँ अभी और कुछ भी होता है गाड़ी में तो airbag आ ही जाते हैं बाहर. And you won't believe
Right.
it, within like a span of 5 minutes or so from there, we had a major accident and the airbags came out.
Oh,
So it really
oh,
happened, and
yeah,
I
that's
was
what
so,
happened.
so shocked. And then I told my sister about it in the night after everything was over, and we were finally like at the hotel. We were supposed
Yeah,
to
I
pick
hope both of
up.
you were safe completely.
Yeah, me. It was me, my husband, my sister, and my mom. Four of us were going.
Oh,
My
oh,
sister
oh,
was hurt a little bit, but we all were safe. Like nothing major happened because
thank
of the
God.
airbags coming in. But it happened. Like in my life, I had never seen airbags coming out of a car, but it happened. So what you just said, that if you think of something, you're actually creating that,
Yeah.
is so true. And because I've experienced it, I know what you're saying is absolutely making sense right
So,
now.
there's a very simple science behind this, and I'll just touch it in brief.
Sure.
90%, I don't know if a lot of you have heard about the iceberg theory. The iceberg theory, if you ever get a chance, read through it. The iceberg theory says that 90%, which is
Hmm.
below the icebergs. For example, when you see an iceberg, ऊपर
Hmm.
का टिप छोटा सा होता है, नीचे का इतना बड़ा होता है. Your
Correct.
subconscious is actually this 90% which is below the water, which you cannot even see.
Hmm. Hmm.
And your conscious is just that little tip on the top. So when you think inside and whatever you've programmed your mind for, which is actually the 90%, is
Correct.
what is going to happen in your life. That 10% is just what is happening in the moment with you.
Correct.
The rest
Absolutely.
is all the 90%, which is
Your
actually a
subconscious.
lot of things from your childhood also, which you
Hmm.
actually are still working with you. So if you are not aware, if you're not living mindfully,
Hmm.
you will see that a lot of your decisions, a lot of your things that you do in your present life are actually a result of your past.
Correct.
They're actually a result of your childhood, or maybe you've had a lot of relationships that have not gone really well, or you've had a lot of friendships where you've not, you've been betrayed or anything. Then those are
Yeah.
things that you keep carrying with yourself, which
Correct.
actually then starts stemming into your present life also.
Yeah, that's true. And I know that a lot of people are here because they heard that you're a relationship counselor. So this is a
Huh.
question I'm gonna ask because I've seen it in a lot of TV series or web series that I watched recently, where they talk about this term open marriage a lot.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
firstly, I didn't even know something like that existed. I mean, why do you want to get married if you want to have multiple people in your life? Why do people think that an open marriage is good to have, and what is your opinion about it?
So nowadays, I think there are a lot of new things come up. Of course, open marriage is one of them. There is prenuptial agreements that are happening. So people are
Correct.
actually getting into marriages with have agreements, which have like a detail, like how you do an MOU when you're getting into business with people. There are
Correct.
prenuptial agreements that are happening when you get into a marriage, because I think marriage as an institution in the present generation has changed a lot. Initially, it was about having a companion for yourself, somebody who you could be with all your life, who would be a support for you, right?
Correct.
Nowadays, it has so happened that it's more for security,
Hmm.
knowing that, yeah, somebody is there, regardless of whoever I want to do whatever with, but there is somebody. So both the partners, I think, get into this. Also, a lot of people get into it because of societal concerns. They want to show that they are married, but they actually want to live a life that the way they want to live it. In my opinion, I think we are heading towards a very messed up future, because the more multiple partners that you're having, the more you're exchanging a sexual energy with people, which means that your soul is being shared with so many people. You need to understand that your soul is an energy. You cannot keep utilizing it the way you want to. You have to be very, very careful of the kind of relationships and who you commit yourself to, because that's the kind of energy you are actually going to take within yourself also. So, yeah, open marriages are something that people are open to, but in my opinion, as a psychologist, I would say that that's not a very great way that we are heading towards, and that needs to be addressed to before you get into something like that.
Absolutely. Either get married or you don't, but don't be in an
मत
open
करो.
marriage, please.
हाँ.
So I'm gonna leave questions open to the audience, to the viewers also, in case you guys have something that you really want to ask in terms of your mental health, or any personal questions that you want to put towards Namrata that she can quickly answer for you. Please go ahead and put them there. Thank you so much, Food Aztec, and there are a lot of other people who are commenting. Thank you so much for coming and supporting. Okay, we have a question. Is the iceberg theory applied for marketing as well? I
Oh,
don't really know.
absolutely. Absolutely. The whole of the advertising and marketing industry works on a lot of psychology and training the subconscious mind. So, yeah, a lot of that, a lot of marketing also involves training the subconscious mind. So, if you actually understand the language of the subconscious mind, you will be a great marketer.
How do we clean or deal with our subconscious mind?
So, let me tell you that from childhood, all your experiences and whatever you have gone through, somewhere or the other takes space in your subconscious mind in the form of positive and negative memories. Okay. And how do you really cleanse these? You need to go through certain therapy, someone who's actually trained to help you to go through these processes and clear them one by one. I'm not saying that memories disappear. Okay, you cannot make memories disappear, but your
Obviously, yeah.
emotions connected to those memories will definitely change with time. You'll become more neutral towards those memories, or otherwise, those memories will stop affecting you at all. But you cannot wipe out memories. That's not possible to do, but you can definitely neutralize them, but with the help of a professional who's actually trained to do that. So if you consult a hypnotherapist or a psychologist, they'll definitely help you to work on your subconscious mind and also teach you how to train the subconscious mind here on.
Okay. Is there any exercise you can do with me right now to
No,
clean
so
my
there's no no. So when it comes to subconscious mind, see, everybody has a very different subconscious mind, okay? And you need to be very, very careful. And this is absolutely a one-on-one process. We never do it in common because it's energy you're dealing with. You cannot leave your energy open. When we take you to that deep state of meditation, we make sure that we actually have you isolated with us. We don't do it much in masses unless it is something that those people have been with us for long and we can make them do the process on their own, where we are just guiding them and they're doing it. Then it's a completely different concern. But if it is something that's new, then definitely it cannot be done as an open thing. But when it comes to mindfulness, like I always encourage people to get into mindfulness, a very simple thing, okay, very simple thing to start with is by closing your eyes. So let's do this, okay, Shrida, let's do this together, okay?
Done.
So let's just close our eyes. Everybody who's there with us, I would like you all to just close your eyes. and just focus on your breathing. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Once again, just inhale and exhale. And just observe what's happening within your body. The tingling feeling, if you're having any restlessness, the position that you're sitting in, are you feeling comfortable, uncomfortable? Just observe. Do not react, just observe. Keep your focus on your breathing. And slowly, whenever you feel comfortable, very, very, very slowly, you will just open your eyes. So you see, we have so much chatter around in our minds that we find it very difficult to get ourselves in one space to be able to even observe our own self. And throughout the day, there are so many times that we react to things around us. We don't really respond. That's because we are reacting out of past experience with that same person. We are not really in
So
this moment.
I used to go to yoga class. Like I stopped going a month or so back, but I mean before the pandemic, I stopped going a month before that. So, but whenever I used to do meditation, even in yoga, and they used to tell us to close our eyes and do this, I used to think of my dad, and you know that he expired like a couple of years
Yeah,
ago. But
yeah, yeah.
somehow, when they say just don't think about stuff or just think about yourself or whatever, it is very difficult for me not to see him. And it's not every time I sleep or something. It's only when I breathe, when I deep breathe. So is that because of the subconscious, or is it because I miss him too much, or what is the reason?
That's because, see, when we go through grief, so there are people who go through grief for even a year and two. If they have not really dealt with that grief, what happens is when somebody suddenly goes away from our life, there is a lot of unfinished stuff that we feel that I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have spoken this to him before he went. So if you have those sort of unfinished things inside you, then they will keep playing on your mind. What you need to do is go through a process where you actually complete your relationship with him in that process, because
Wow,
somewhere you're that's again a process that I have to make you do then.
professionally, correct.
Yeah, that has to be done one on one, because this is a process where we actually take you deep down within your own self, which wherever this unfinished space is, we actually help you to close that area.
Hmm.
Understand that how you have a cupboard and you
Hmm.
put a lot of things in your cupboard, your
Hmm.
mind is just the same. You have a
Hmm.
lot of energies that are stored in your mind in different forms, and these could be in different forms of experiences also with people that you have. And every time that you finish taking something from your cupboard, you have to close the cupboard, na? There
Hmm.
are times when in your mind you've left that part open. So if you've
Hmm.
left that memory or that experience or that relationship with that person open, it is
Hmm.
going to cause trouble to you on and off again and again, unless and until you don't close that chapter completely. Once you close that chapter, then this issue will automatically subside slowly and gradually. Like, I had a patient where this girl had been into multiple relationships, okay?
Hmm.
And she said that every time that I'm getting into a new relationship, I'm somewhere living my past boyfriend also in this relationship. I'm trying to seek for something which I
Hmm.
had in my previous relationship, in my current relationship also.
Hmm.
And what that would do, that her expectations would increase so much that somewhere she was feeling very unfulfilled with her present relationship. Now, when
Hmm.
she came to me, she came with so many concerns, feeling very disappointed. She said, why am I not being able to like stick into one place and enjoy what I have? Because the people are really nice people. It's not like the person is wrong for me. People
Hmm.
are really nice, but somewhere there's something wrong with me.
Hmm.
As we started working with her and I started doing hypnotherapy with her, I also did a lot of counsel and psychology techniques with her, therapy techniques with her. You
Hmm.
won't believe right now has come to the she's come to a space where she's one so happy with her own self
Hmm.
that her relationship has actually become a luxury for her. And the
Hmm.
moment your relationship becomes luxury for you more than a need is when you actually start living that relationship in the true sense. Because your first love is always going to be with your own self.
Hmm.
You cannot love somebody else more than you love yourself. So your first love always has to be with your own self. And unless and until you don't come into that space, I would say you will always have unfulfilled experiences in your life. So if you had, things that you keep on thinking about continuously, you need to
Hmm.
sit down, pen it down. Where are the issues happening? There are times when even if you just write down what is going on, like we call it a journal, we call it
Hmm.
your daily journal. You should have your daily journal where you pen down whatever you've been thinking of and you
Hmm.
feel like, this is running too much on my mind.
Hmm.
Sometimes the best way to do yourself, imagine you can't go for therapy, okay? You
Hmm.
can do it yourself. Just write a letter to your father. For example, in your situation, write a
Hmm.
letter to your father. When you write that letter to your father, a lot of your emotions will flow. Let
Hmm.
them flow. Let them all come out. Don't suppress them. We suppress emotions, they become illnesses. I
Hmm.
would say don't suppress your emotions, express them. If you can't express them to somebody, express them on paper. If you can't express them on paper, go to a professional and with their guidance, ask them to help you to come out of it better.
Correct. I'm gonna definitely try that. And like on a very genuine note, not because we're in a live session, but it really made sense to me. There were a couple of people who had
Sure.
questions. So while we are asleep, is it true that the subconscious mind is at work in the form of dreams?
Yes. So what happens is, see, dreams are a lot of our unfulfilled experiences. They are things that we wish to live or we wanted to live someday in our life, but we've not been able to yet. Our dreams are actually what is making us live all of those desires that we have, but we are not being able to fulfill. So yes,
Hmm.
subconscious mind somewhere is active, and dreams are something that are a manifestation of something that's unfulfilled within yourself.
Hmm. If your subconscious mind is being negative and we are being as positive as possible, still does the iceberg theory work the way you said?
Yes, absolutely. You need to deal with a lot of your past experiences first, and
Hmm.
only then you will be able to get yourself to a space. See, imagine, मतलब अगर आप मुझे बोल रहे हो कि ये एक डब्बा है और
Hmm.
उसके अंदर आपने कचरा भर के रखा है, भर के रखा है, भर के रखा है, और आप एक दिन बोल रहे हो मैं कचरे के ऊपर ना बहुत मस्त आइसिंग लगा के रख रही हूँ, तो आपको लगता है वो कचरा एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है क्या? वो कचरा फिर भी एग्जिस्ट करता है ना, तो आपको पहले वो कचरे को खाली करना पड़ेगा. When you
Correct.
empty that dustbin, only then you'll be able to fulfill some nice, cake or dessert or ice cream inside it. I cannot top my kachra with ice cream and say this is a beautiful dish, right? So, yeah, it's just making it funny because I know it's a very serious topic. Mental health is something which is very serious, but I would say that if you have a lot of negativity inside you, then it's important for you to first flush out that negativity. And a
Correct.
very simple thing that you can do yourself if you're not going to a professional is write all of that down. Once you write down whatever things you've been upset with, it could be 5 years back also, but if it's something that you still remember,
Hmm.
pen it down, tear it into pieces, throw it or burn it.
Hmm.
Flush it. You know what जब we met में वो करती है ना, जब करीना, when she's very very angry and she actually writes it down, and Shahid Kapoor makes her write it down and actually then makes her flush it. That's
Hmm.
not just something that's done in a movie. That is something that really really helps in real life also. So be the Karina in your life and go write it down and go and flush that negative
Hmm.
memory or that negative experience that you have, which is still holding you back. Because remember, we are all born to live life. Live
Hmm.
it to the fullest. Don't live it for somebody else. Live
Hmm.
it for yourself. Take
Hmm.
people with you, definitely. It's important we should take people with ourselves, but
Correct.
not at the cost of your peace and harmony. Make sure that you are at peace. Other people will automatically be at peace and be happy if you are happy.
Very, very, very well said. I think I'm going to clap, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who agree with you over
You
there.
know we live by it, right, Shrida?
Yeah, absolutely. We have to. I mean, you being
Yeah.
my friend, obviously you help me do that too. But as a person
No,
who
no,
knows,
you are in yourself a ball of energy. You've always been that positive person for so many people, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree on Spunk Entertainment. Whenever they see you as an artist manager, you become friends with everybody. You're like that ball of energy, happy-go-lucky, जो हर एक इंसान के साथ gel कर सकता है, you know. So that is, people are lucky to have you in their lives, for
thank
sure.
you so much. That means so much. I have a very small game that I play with all my guests
Yeah.
who come on my live session, and today it's you.
Sure. It's rare that a psychologist gets to play a game.
Well,
We're
then you're
generally
always
the people
making
who are talking serious stuff, you know.
no, no. So let's do this fun session with you. It's called Speed Up with Shrida, and you have to be
Okay.
very, very super quick, and you have to try and answer in only one word. Whatever
Okay.
first thing that comes in your psychology mind, please just say that
Okay.
first word. Don't think
I'm
too
going
much.
to remove my psychology hat. Okay. I'm just going to be myself now. No more
Okay,
psychologist right now.
okay, let's go. Given the choice of choosing any person you could in your life to be a life coach to, anybody in the world, if you know that person, don't know, that's fine. Who would that person be?
To be my life coach.
No, no, you
Um.
be their life coach.
Oh, me to be their life coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a rare question. But I have Ratan Tata in my mind then.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Though I
That's
don't think he needs a life coach ever, but I'd just love to be around him. I think his energy is really powerful.
how
Yeah.
nice. That's a really nice choice. If you would wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or attribute, what would that be?
Uh, I think um, it would be me being more clear in my decisions, more clarity.
Okay.
Yeah, this lockdown has somehow made me very, I think, whatever. It's gotten us confused what we are supposed to do now.
True. I understand. I
So yeah, a
second
lot more
your
clarity.
opinion. Three things that you look at when you meet a person for the first time. So what goes on in your mind? Three things that you see first.
I think genuinity, someone who has to be very, very genuine and a very heart-centered person. Somebody who is soft-natured and somebody who also uses very good words to speak to. I think there are a lot of people who you find are very harsh in their language. I appreciate people who are soft-spoken. So yeah, you could call it as soft-spoken, and
Okay.
somebody who is very genuine and somebody who is a very helping nature also.
Good. I like that. What are you most grateful for in your life?
I think my family.
How
I think
sweet.
regardless of any decision that I take in my life, they still are standing by me. You know,
I hope
coming
all of them are watching right now. I hope all of them are
no,
watching.
coming from a Marwadi family, I think life has been tough for me.
Hmm.
But at the same time, come what may, they've still stood by, and I appreciate that a lot. I may not say it, but I do appreciate that a lot.
How sweet. Live in relationship or marriage, the better choice.
Marriage.
Okay. Reading people's mind or being invisible. Which superpower would you choose?
Ah, I think invisible because I can get into their minds regardless, right?
Okay. Okay. If a crystal ball could tell you the future, what would you want to know?
uh, my God, that's a tough question. What would I want to know? I
Whatever
think I'm
first
just,
that comes to mind.
I think how many years will I live? Because then
Really?
I can like, actually don't even want to know that. I'm just happy not knowing. You know, ignorance is bliss, right? Sometimes you don't want to know things. I think I'm just happy not
But
knowing a lot of things.
I'm gonna ask you post the session also. How many years you're gonna live? Yeah, I had not thought you would think of this. The first
देख
thing.
यार मैं 60-65 जी लूंगी तो मैं खुश हूँ उतने से.
Okay. Fill in the blanks. Happy marriage
Yeah.
is dash.
Is togetherness.
Okay. Peace of mind is dash.
Loving yourself.
Okay. Love is dash.
Love is silence.
Really? Okay.
Love to me is a lot of silence.
Parents are dash.
Parents are strengths.
Counseling is dash.
Oh God. Counseling is I think my childhood hobby, passion.
Okay, fine. You did
When I
you
was
did
13,
that.
I started my journey in this field, yeah.
I know.
When we were in 8th standard, when we were in 8th standard, you remember going for McDonald's with Anusha and Pooja and you and me and
I
Vandana.
know. I'm
That's
sure
the
all
time I
your
decided
fellow
I wanted to become
ex-convicts
a
chats
psychologist.
will connect to that. But you always knew you wanted to be a psychologist. You're telling me
Yeah,
from
I actually made that decision when I was in my 8th grade.
wow. What made you think that you want to become a psychologist?
So I actually I came across a textbook of psychology, and in my free time, I used to read that textbook because my neighbor was studying 11th, 12th at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I came across that textbook. And when I read a little bit of it, I was so intrigued by the whole idea that you could understand a person through their behavior and through their mind. I
Hmm.
said, this is it. This is too interesting. And I also had a lot of inclination towards understanding humans and why we are living what we are living. And I've been that person, though I didn't really love science, but
Hmm.
somebody who always wanted a reasoning and a logic behind why we are doing what. So, for example, अगर मुझे बोला जाता था as a Jain that you don't have kanda, lasun,
Hmm.
or don't have potatoes, I would be like, why? But give me an answer. Why? Why should I not have it? And that why of why we humans, why we think like that, why we behave like that, that why made me get into the subject more and more. And I think
Hmm.
I never looked back at it. I always stuck to that
I
one
think you're
field.
doing wonderful. So tell me, being a relationship counselor and a psychologist, what number of patients do you get more? Do you get couples more, or do you get individual people coming up with their problems more to you? Are marriages
Uh,
having or
so
relationships having more issues, or individual people are having more issues that come to you?
So I would say a lot of midlife crisis. A lot of people with midlife crisis, like post marriage, around in their 40s, they're going
Hmm.
through a lot right now
Okay.
because they are in that generation जहाँ पे ना ही पूरा marriage जी सकते हैं और
Hmm.
ना ही बिना marriage जी सकते हैं. Because the younger generation is more towards शादी मत करो फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
Hmm.
Or live multiple relationships and it's absolutely fine. And there's another side which is living proper marriage, which is our parents and stuff. So
Hmm.
there are these people who are in between in their 35 and 45s who are actually going through a lot of midlife crisis, and a lot of infidelity steps in over there because they suddenly want to experiment, they want to explore, they want to feel something beyond what they have felt, and that's the main I think population, the target population that comes to me.
Hmm.
Also, the youth a lot because I think the younger generation, because the parents are more aware now, the younger generation is also much open to counseling. So I have a lot of 17, 18, 20-year olds also who come in, and also people who come for pre-marriage counseling. So I love it when, a friend of mine suddenly calls me and tells me, Namrata, I just got engaged and I'm planning to get married in another 1 year, but I want to come to you for pre-marriage counseling,
What
because
happens in
they
that pre-marriage council? You actually train them of what they can expect in their marital life.
So in pre-marriage counseling, I have about 13 parameters on
Okay.
which we actually explore of what both the partners think about. So from A to Z about your life, whether it's
Okay.
your finances or your future dreams or, your thought towards spirituality and religion, or it could be, your past experiences as a person or your relationship with your parents. We explore every part of your life and
Hmm.
then do your counseling sessions together so that you're more aware of what are you really getting into, what
Wow.
is the baggage that the other person is
Has
carrying, what is
someone
the
broken
baggage
their
that you're
marriage after
carrying.
counseling? कि
क्या
हमको
बोल रहे हो?
has anybody broken their marriage saying नहीं नहीं we realize we want different things out of
So
life and
I had one couple who actually made a decision. So initially when they did their pre-marriage counseling, after that they chose that, what, we need to independently resolve a lot of issues that we've had in the past.
hmm.
So I actually worked on them independently, but then they realized that, two of us are very, very different people and we
Hmm.
will not be able to gel up together. And they actually took a very mature call, nothing very emotional, but very, very practically decided that, what, we need to take a step back. We need to actually think about this a little more. If you're
Hmm.
compatible to begin with, only how are we going to even
Your voice we can't
accept
hear
it?
you.
sorry, sorry, how are we even going to live, for another 30, 40 years together when we are not compatible in the first go only. So they have taken a decision to call it off as well, very maturely. So there are people who actually give a lot of value to this process, because when we go through counseling, it is a lot that is being discussed. It is a lot where there are what expectations your partner has, everything comes into the picture there.
I
And there are
just
some who very
asked you.
nicely adjust to each other also. So it's not like it's any one way.
I know. It was just a question because it really makes sense. I don't mean
I
it in
can't hear
any
you,
bad
Shrida.
way.
I
Can
can't
you hear
hear
me
you.
now? Can
Sorry.
you hear me now? Can you hear me
No,
now?
for some. No,
I
just
can hear
1 minute.
you absolutely fine.
1 minute.
Probably there is something with your phone.
I don't know. There's
Till
something
then,
where I can't hear you.
you try
Okay,
doing
I think I
it.
can hear you a little bit, so I'll just manage with that.
Can you hear me now? We're anyways
I'm
almost
not.
at the end. We're
It's
almost at
very,
the end
very
of.
soft actually what I can hear you.
We're almost at the
But go
end of the
ahead.
session. I just
Go
want to
ahead.
ask
Go ahead.
you, is there a message that you want to give to the audience in terms of depression, in terms of whatever we spoke today, a takeaway for them during this pandemic or after the pandemic gets over? Anything that your last thoughts on the session for today?
So I would say that, you know what? Very, very important is to connect with yourself. This is the time when you have got ample enough of time without external disturbances to actually reconnect with yourself. Please go
Hmm.
back, look within. What is it that you wish to live in your life? Do
Hmm.
not live based on what other people have been telling you or what other people have designed for you.
Hmm.
Design your life yourself and start from now. You've been given a chance to actually redesign your life from here
Hmm.
on. There are
Hmm.
external challenges which will come, but
Hmm.
regardless, you are the driver of this life of yours.
Yeah.
Decide your destination on your own. You should be the designer of your life. So do that now and
Hmm.
continue to do that. And if ever you need any sort of help, remember that I'm always around. I'm there because I really, really care for people, and that's something that I've passionately been living for,
Hmm.
since the age of 13. And I just hope I continue to do the same thing through my life. It's something that gives me a sense of motivation to
Hmm.
be able to do something, and not only that I'm doing it for others, but I'm also doing it for myself because it grows me each day. I learn from everyone who comes to me, and I
Correct.
want to continue to be a learner through my life.
How nice. That is a very wonderful thought. And I'm sure if you guys have any personal questions that you want to ask Namrata, you can just log on to her official Instagram handle, Namrata Jain Official, and you can connect with her and take it ahead from there. Thank you so much for being part of this session. It was really, really nice talking to you, just having this fun session and also answering few of our viewers' questions. And for you guys out there, as I always say, keep talking to each other, keep networking, keep each other happy. Remember, whatever you say it with spunk. Okay?
Thank you,
See
Shrida.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Everyone,
Bye.
stay safe, stay home, take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.